Hey, welcome to Rich Kids Online. Whether this is your first time here with us or you've been joining us weekly, we are so glad to see you. My name is Louie.
And I'm Leanne.
Leanne, what are you wearing today?
I'm dressed as a baker.
Wow.
Do you like it?
I love it. It's awesome. I didn't know you were doing costumes too. I'm dressed like a tiger. I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but I'm getting ready for a super kooky, not so spooky costume party on the 25th.
I'm getting ready too. I can't wait for the not so spooky kooky costume party. So I'm gonna try out costumes all month long.
Me too, but this mess, it's just a little hot in here, you know?
I bet it was.
And you know, we have an exciting morning plan for you.
Yes, so far this year at Rich Kids Online, we decided that each week we need some type of challenge, a theme challenge you might say, for our month. And last month's was, can you smoothie it?
And last month we decided that there was a lot of foods that we might like to eat, but we would rather taste them in a smoothie and see if we preferred that way. But I don't think we did. I think we mostly preferred the normal way to eat food.
I would have to agree. But don't worry, this Sunday starts a new month, and that means a new monthly challenge. It is October, and everyone's in the mood for fall. And fall means pumpkins. And when I think of pumpkins, my mind naturally goes to jack-o'-lanterns.
I do carve some amazing jack-o'-lanterns. Give me a carving tool and you'll see what you can be amazed at what I can create.
Well, I am glad to hear that because that goes right along with this month's challenge. This month, we've decided, why should pumpkins be the only ones that get all the glory during the month of October? What about zucchini, cheese, tomatoes? Couldn't other things make amazing jack-o'-lanterns? To try and test this theory, Louie and I are going to have a little competition each week.
Well, you know how much I like competitions. I'm always there to win, not just to compete, but to win. So explain this to me how it works.
Okay, well each week we will be given some carving tools and an object to make a jack-o'-lantern out of. We'll set a timer for 2 minutes and then we will see if the object was jack-o'-lantern and which one of us can create the better one.
You are so on. I'm gonna use the Super Gooper Scooper and bring it on.
All right, well today we have 2 create jack-o'-lanterns out of these wonderful watermelons.
Ooh, watermelons. All right, so we're gonna start a timer when we're ready, and then we're gonna have like a minute or so to carve the best jack-o'-lantern that we can.
That's the plan. You can't have all the scoopers.
Well, can I have the Super Gooper Scooper?
I guess you got the Super Gooper Scooper.
All right.
You claimed it first.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Set?
Yep.
Go.
Go. I'm serious about my carving, Louie.
You're a little more efficient than I am, I think.
Well, you know, I've been carving jack-o'-lanterns for years. I've never carved a watermelon like this before.
I forgot to take out the stuff from the top.
It's okay. We all have issues.
Mine's gonna be a creative one though.
I can't wait to see it.
Yours is gonna be hollow, but mine's gonna be full.
Yeah, I always like to get the goop out of mine. Just saying. That's why I love the Gooper Scooper. These watermelons are a little harder to get the goop out of. Just saying. Ah! This is why I wore the apron today, Louie. See, I figured this way I can put a candle in the middle of the watermelon and light it up. So are you going traditional?
I'm gonna make mine a smiley face. No, this is non-traditional.
Non-traditional. I think I got this.
It's been a long time, maybe almost a year since I've carved a pumpkin.
You know what? Me
I've never
too.
carved a watermelon.
Well, I carved a watermelon I think once before, but it was more in like, you know, just to hollow out the inside so I could put some other fruit in it for a fruit salad or something like
There's
that.
my mouth, see?
Oh, that's beautiful, Louie. While you're busy playing with your watermelon, I'm gonna make a wonderful creation here.
Well, I'm done. Mine has a hat.
Wow, that's quite interesting, Louie. Is the timer out?
I think the timer's got about 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, oh no, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know who did it better.
I don't know. Let's check it out. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. It almost reminds me of a Ninja Turtle.
Hey, Ninja Turtles are my favorite.
See?
Yours is a lot happier than mine, and it has a nose so it can smell.
And it's dripping watermelon juice everywhere. But that's okay. I like watermelon juice. Well,
that was a pretty successful time, though. I feel like you could easily use a watermelon in place of a pumpkin if you couldn't find a pumpkin.
I definitely think watermelons could make more of fall. So I think that our first try at jack-o'-lantern went really well.
It was a success.
But I don't think this is the only reason that our friends tuned in today.
Lately, we've been hearing stories about King David. David was a shepherd boy when God chose him to be king instead of Saul. We heard about the time that David showed mercy even though Saul hated him. David could have killed Saul, but he trusted God's plan instead. And when David became king of Israel, God made a promise to him that the Messiah would come from his family.
That's incredible. Today's Bible story is called David's Kindness. Let's listen closely.
David was a good king for Israel. He defeated his enemies, and he obeyed God to do what was fair and right for God's people. One day, David thought about King Saul and his family. David and Saul's son Jonathan had been best friends. He had promised to be kind to Jonathan's family. David wondered if anyone from that family was still alive. David said to one of Saul's servants, "I want to show kindness to someone from Saul's family. Is anyone still alive?" The servant said, "Yes, Jonathan's son, the one whose feet were injured, is still alive." The servant told David where Jonathan's son lived. His name was Mephibosheth. David called for him to his palace in Jerusalem. When Mephibosheth arrived, he bowed down before David to show respect. "Mephibosheth," David said. Mephibosheth answered, "I am your servant." "Don't be afraid. I made a promise to your father, Jonathan, and I want to show you kindness for your father's sake." David told Mephibosheth what he would do for him. "I will give you all the land that belonged to your grandfather, Saul. Also, I want you to eat all your meals at my table." Mephibosheth bowed down. "Why would you show such kindness to someone like me?" he wondered. David made sure that Saul's servants would take care of the land and farm it for Mephibosheth. From that time on, Mephibosheth lived at the palace and ate his meals at King David's table as if he were one of King David's own sons. King David showed surprising kindness to Mephibosheth, even though he didn't have to. In a greater way, God shows surprising kindness to us. Because of Jesus, he invites us into his family and gives us life with him forever.
You might remember that after David defeated Goliath and before he became king, David was best friends with Saul's son, Jonathan. Jonathan loved David as much as he loved himself. Jonathan protected David and risked his own life to help David escape from Saul. Jonathan had told David, "If I die, please show kindness to my family." And that's what David did. When David became king, he remembered his promise to Jonathan.
Mephibosheth was Jonathan's son. David showed kindness to Jonathan's son, promising to restore him all of Saul's fields. David showed surprising kindness to Mephibosheth, even though he didn't have to. In a greater way, God shows surprising kindness to us. Because of Jesus, he invites us into his family to be with him forever.
Exactly, and when we hear the good news of the gospel, we can respond by accepting the invitation and trusting in Jesus. We can turn around from sin and self and turn towards him.
That is what I have chosen to do. I think this would be a perfect time for us to sing a worship song together.
That sounds like a great idea to me.
I could try to count the stars in the midnight sky, or grains of sand on the ocean side, but I could never ever count that high. The same with every blessing every day of my life. There is no limit to the love you've given to me. It makes my heart want to sing. This love you've given to me, I'm gonna live every day to give it away. It's wonderful and it's free. I'm gonna live every day to give it away. I It comes from you 'cause you're good to me. You're teaching me that's the way I should be. Showing your love to everyone around me. There is no limit to the love you've given to me. It makes my heart wanna sing. This love you've given to me. I'm gonna live every day to give it away. It's wonderful and it's free. I'm gonna live every day to give it away. I've got to give it away. Like the way that you gave it to me. This love you've given to me. I'm gonna live every day to give it away. You give me more than I deserve. You're helping me to learn to give my life away. This love you've given to me. I'm gonna live every day to give it away. It's wonderful and it's free. I'm gonna live every day to give it away. I've got to give it away. Like the way that you gave it to me. This love you've given to me. I'm gonna live every day to give it away.
Worship is a great way to praise God, but now it's getting to be that time. I, for one, have had an amazing morning with you today.
I have too. But before we go, we should probably do a couple of announcements.
I hope you've been stepping up with us through our Devo this last month. If you haven't, you can jump in anytime this week by printing off this Devo or stopping by the church to pick one up. The Devo will give you some easy ways to connect with God all week long.
And you earn points, which makes it a competition, which means I'm working hard to beat Louie.
Yeah, right, like you could beat me. The challenge is to move closer to God though, that's the real prize. But of course, I'm also working to earn the most points.
Well, you can earn points in two ways. First, doing the daily God Time Cards activities, and the second, you can double your points by completing a weekly fun challenge.
Double your points. You wanna see this week's challenge? Here you go.
What's up, my challenge prodigies? Challenge Master Kyle here. You all are becoming quite the challenge experts. Remember, every time you play, you earn points. This week's challenge will require you to do a little bit of laundry before we get started. This week's step-up challenge is called Sock Skee Ball. First, you are going to need to dig into your sock drawer and get enough socks to make 10 bundles like this. If you don't know how to make a bundle, simply put 2 socks together, get one and boop, just like that. Now, if you have 10 bundles, you're going to need to find a coffee cup, a casserole dish, and a laundry basket. This is how you set it up. Take your laundry basket and put it on the ground. Next, place your casserole dish inside the laundry basket. Then put your coffee cup inside the casserole dish. Now all of our items should be nested inside each other, like this. And ta-da, a homemade skee ball game. Now take 5 big steps away from your laundry basket. This will be your toss line. Gather your 10 sock bundles and stand on your start line. You'll have 10 tries to score as many points as you can. And that's how you play sock skee ball. Complete the challenge this week and log those points so you can toss this competition to the side. Huh? I'll see you guys next week.
I am so in, and like I said, I'm totally gonna beat you.
Well, we'll see about that. In fact, I actually earned my first prize this week for logging 200 points.
Oh my gosh, let me see that.
No. You better earn your own.
I gotta get my mom to log my points.
Once your points are logged, you need to be checking your mail to see what you get. How about you pray us out so we can go all work on our devotions?
Yeah, that sounds good. Jesus, thank you that we get the opportunity to be together on Ridge Kids Online. Thank you for the opportunity to carve some watermelons and have fun together and learn about the Bible and learn about how much you love us. Father, I pray that we would have a great rest of our day and that we would be growing closer to you. Amen. Hey, we'll see you next week.
Bye everybody.